Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek. And as most of you guys who regularly watch this channel already know, I have started collecting some of the G.I. Joe Classified Series action figures. And the first two I got was of the Crimson Twins, and they look pretty cool. So I went out checking out for some more G.I. Joe figures to see what I could find. And I found this one here, which looked really cool. I thought it was awesome. And it wasn't at Ross, it wasn't at any of the discount stores. I actually found him at Walmart. And like I said, I do believe these G.I. Joe figures are worth full retail price. So that's exactly what I did. I paid full retail for them, not regretting any minute of it. So guys, we're going to check out the G.I. Joe action figure of code name Rock and Roll. Alright guys, so here we are, and let's go ahead and let's bring out Rock and Roll. Here he is. Now the box is a little bit different than the other one, but as always, before we take a look at the figure itself, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the packaging. Now as you can see here, we got a photo. We don't got a display of the actual figure, but we got a photo of what the figure looks like. Up in the corner you can see some of the accessories that come with this figure, as you can see up here. Very cool. And then you got a looks like an artwork design of Rock and Roll there in the corner. Really cool. You got the G.I. Joe logo here at the bottom, Classified Series. Here we got a much larger scale photo of that artwork that we saw in the front of the box. And then here we have a product shot of the figure with all of its accessories, along with some extra little details that they point out. The figure itself is 6.4 inches, which is really cool. The bottom of the box, as always, is a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. And on the side, we got the QR code, another photo of Rock and Roll. He's number 71 in this series. Very cool. And then we got the G.I. Joe logo with the Classified Series there. The legal mumbo jumbo at the bottom of the box as always. So guys, let me go grab my little blade and let's go ahead and let's open up this package so we can actually take a look at the figure. There we go. I think there's only 2 pieces of tape. There we go. Now let's go ahead and pull him out. Oh, rip the box a little bit. Alright, now it's cool. He comes in a little casing there, and then let's see this. Kind of looks like a little foot locker there. I think that's it. I think all the accessories are in there. But check this out here. He comes in his own little display case here, which is really cool, and it's easy to get him out. Just twist those around. We can loosen those up. Oh, he's got one more down here, so let's go ahead and loosen that one up as well. Alright, he should be fairly easy to get out of the carton. And then you got that artwork back there in black and white, which I think does look really cool back there as well. I might actually save this box, put it aside for if I ever have to transport them or anything. I can always put them back in there for safe transportation. But meanwhile, let's get these boxes out of the way right now. Let's go ahead and let's take a quick look of the figure itself. See if we can get him to actually stand. Alright, and hopefully our camera will work with us today so we can get a close look of the figure. Now the head sculpt is nicely detailed. This figure pretty much looks detailed all the way up and down. The figure looks really good. He's got the ammo belts across his chest, detailed with belts around his wrists. He's got tattoos up and down his arm. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe what they're trying to do is give a real-life feel to the G.I. Joe figures, because I don't think they ever had tattoos in the cartoon or in the action figures that came out. Maybe later in the 90s, but the first ones really didn't. But this guy looks really cool, and you can see all the articulation points on this figure. He does feel nice and hefty, too. There's no flimsiness to him, as far as I can see. Very nicely done. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of the articulation. As you can see here, his head does go up and down, and it does go left to right as well. Now the arms, he can go out to the side. Almost a full 90 degrees right there. And he does do 360 at the shoulders. And he does have a little shoulder tilt as well, along with bicep rotation. Now, the way his arms are jointed, he can actually fold them up fairly close to almost 180, as you can see here. And he does have articulation in the wrist as well. He does have a wrist tilt and a wrist twist as well, which is really cool. Like I said, nice articulation here. He's got that little bit on the shoulder so you can bring in the arm. Now he does have an ab crunch as well. And he does have a little bit of a waist twist, as you can see there. Now here, his legs can go out 90 degrees, and it's just the technology of the ball joints in the legs that's really cool. As you can see, I can shift them up and down so I can get it into the position I want to get. Really cool. Here it is, forward 90 degrees, very nice. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the ball joints for the legs are on a pivoting point as well, so they tilt. Very nicely done. He does have, if I can move this strap so I can show you guys, he does have thigh rotation as well. It's a little stiff, but it's still there. And he does have double jointed knees, so he can pretty much sit back on his heels. Let me see if I can get it. Like I said, he is a little stiff. It's going to take some time to work these joints a little bit to get them to go properly, but I'd rather them stiff than loose. So let me just get this here. And as you can see that he basically folds up almost completely 180 there, which is really cool for articulation. Let me straighten his leg out again. There we go. Now he does have a little bit of a twist at the boots as well, a shin twist, which is really cool as well. And for the feet, he does have up and down tiltage, and he does have a little bit of a twist to it too, so you can actually get his foot firmly on the ground. Very nicely done with this figure. Now let me see if I can get him to stand up without anything going on. See if he stand no problem. Looks like he will. So now let's get him onto the side. Let me make sure he'll stand and not look like a goof. Just got to position him right. All right, there we go. All right, now let's look into this box. It looks like a Foot Locker, but let's go ahead, open it up, and let's take a look at the accessories. Everything's packaged up in here. It's kind of like, looks like a plastic bag, but it's mostly like a paper bag to keep everything secure. I like the way they got rock and roll there. I might keep that as well just to keep his accessories in. We'll see what happens down the line. Got the Cobra and G.I. Joe logos there. Let's go ahead, open this up, and let's dump out all of his accessories, and let's take a look at them. All right. Well, first off, we got the hands, and you can see he's got tattoos on the hands as well, but we got some extra hands, and one set is of that rock and roll design that he has in the picture on the front of the box. So if you guys wanted to do something like that and pose them up on your shelf, here's the hands to do it. Really, really nice. As you can see here, the hands are nicely detailed. He's got a closed fist hand for the other side too, just in case you want to change that out. Now he does have a small little sidearm. I'm not sure what kind of weapon this is. To me, it kind of looks like a Glock, but who knows. But he does have a holster already on it. We'll go ahead and put that on him in a little bit. And then he has, let me see if I can get everything clear, because it does have some cardboard protecting it. Let me get the cardboard off of it. It does actually come with a bipod set of legs on it as well. Now here we have, this is what looks to be an M60 machine gun. Not currently used by the military, but still a very good piece of weaponry, and it looks awesome when he's carrying it around. This is, I believe, the same weapon that's in the Rambo movies. So to have him wielding it one-handed is kind of like a tribute to Rambo, in my opinion. But you guys can think whatever you want. Let's go ahead and put that down over here. And then we have a little ammo box here. I guess this mounts to the side. This is where we can give the ammo to the M60. And let's see what else we got here. We got his tactical helmet, Hang 10. So I'm taking it that rock and roll, pretty much a California guy. You can see all the detail to the helmet as well, nicely detailed. These things are really, really awesome. Here's a small belt. I believe this one goes into that ammo box, so we can look like it's a full belt of ammo. And then of course we got a full belt of ammo if you want to display that as well. He does come with quite a few things here, and it does look really cool. And of course his walkie-talkie. I think that's it right now. So let's go ahead, let's put some of this stuff on Rock and Roll, and let's get him back to looking like a G.I. Joe action figure. There goes his sidearm. And I don't think the Kevlar straps in. It doesn't look like it does. There's a little spot here on his belt for his walkie. Let's just put that in there. Alright, now let's go ahead and set up his machine gun. Has two little holes there on the side where we can put the box on. And there's an opening in the slit here so we can actually put this smaller belt. Let's see how we're going to get this in here. Okay, you got to take it off, put the ammo in it first, then put it on. Makes it easier to slide in. Alright, there we go. So now you can see that right there. Hopefully the camera picks that up. And if you wanted to, you can also put the giant belt here. See, if you wanted to put it, you can actually put the belt like that. Whichever way you guys want to do it, it's your toy. Display it how you want to display it. I'm personally going to put the ammo box here. I think that looks really, really cool. And there you guys go. Rock and Roll, once again, really looking awesome. I'm so glad I actually picked up this figure. He's definitely worth the full retail price. And like I said, I plan on getting more. And guys, this here is where we're going to end the video for today.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages. Take a look at the new G.I. Joe Tomahawk.
Look, Cobra's attacking the All-Striker. Tomahawk to the rescue.
Tomahawk holds 8 Joes and it's loaded for battle.
Yo, Joe!
Tomahawk's gonna chase some Cobra. Tomahawk is on the go. Tomahawk's gonna chase some Cobra and rescue G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe!
Live the adventure of G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe Tomahawk. Other Joe and Cobra figures sold separately.
Yo, Joe!
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Alright guys, so that wraps up another episode of Toy Collector Review. Now when it comes to our good friend Rock and Roll here from G.I. Joe Classified Series, is he worth adding to a collection? Definitely yes. If you're collecting G.I. Joe, whether the originals or the new ones coming out now, you definitely got to get Rock and Roll. This Classified Series is really detailed, and I like it. They're taking advantage of a lot of military toys that came out between G.I. Joe and now. They're using a lot of the details to it, and it looks really cool. Rock and Roll actually looks like possibly he could have actually been in the military. He looks like a real soldier out there. The ones that you see in the movies, the ones you see out there in the field. So I think it looks really cool. I like it, and like I said, I'm hooked on the G.I. Joe Classified Series, so I'm going to be getting as many of them as I can as I go out there on the hunt, and I'm going to be adding G.I. Joe to my collection along with the Transformers, He-Man, and everything else that I've been collecting, especially Batman. These guys are going to be added up there as well. Now, guys, I do recommend getting them. They do look really cool. And as I'm new to this Classified Series, I really don't have much info on if they're going to be worth anything or not. I'm not 100% sure, but like I said, they definitely look really cool, and I think they will go up in value later on. But that's just my opinion. Take with it what you will. Once again, it's your toy collection. You collect what you will. And guys, we come to that point in the video where if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become a member of this channel. Hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I put out a new video. And share these videos on all your social media platforms. And guys, do me a favor and hit that like button, as it does help with the YouTube algorithm. And guys, if there's anything you would like to see on this channel, go ahead and hit me in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get that out there for you guys. Once again, I'm Sergeant Geek, and I'm signing off.